Yale yamesemekana mambo ya abduction tutakomesha.
Ovyo na kupigwa pingo na kuweka mahali na kuteswa ikome kabisa.
There is a building in Nairobi, the 21st floor, in the city center, where this unit is operating from, led by a certain Mr. Abel. Abel is a cousin to a very senior government official in this administration.
Is the government admitting to being involved in the abductions? This question comes up after President William RUTO, opposition leader Raila Odinga, and Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen all promised to stop the abductions happening in the country. RUTO seems to understand the issue better, which raises concerns that the government may be involved in this incident.
Na yale yamesemekana mambo ya abduction tutakomesha, ndio vijana wa Kenya waweze kuishi kwa amani na vile wawe na nidhamu na wawe wangwana, tuweze kujenga Kenya tukiwa pamoja.
Nimemwambia rafiki yangu huyu RUTO, ile mambo ya vijana kushika hovyo na kupigwa pingo na kuweka mahali na kuteswa ikome kabisa.
That Independent Police Oversight Authority is also doing its own investigations, and we must support them, and we will give them the resources they require to make sure that our country is safe. We will not harm people because they hate us. No, we do not. There is no police for harming people for hating you. We will, those who commit crimes like the violating the Cyber Crimes Act, we will make sure that they are brought before the courts of law. And there are so many. We are arresting all kind of criminals in Kenya who have done worse things, killed the people, murderers and all that. We will bring them before justice.
Nataka niulize wazazi, kila mzazi tafadhali, hawa watoto ni baraka kwetu, tumepatiwa na Mwenyezi Mungu. Kila mzazi achunge watoto wake, tuweke kushughulikia watoto wetu. Sisi kama serikali tutafanya sehemu yetu.
The big question is, who is actually carrying out these abductions? The police have denied any involvement. Now, this is what the police they say. The National Police Service is deeply concerned with the ongoing allegations that police officers are involved in abductions of persons in Kenya. For clarity, the constitutional mandate of the National Police Service is not to abduct, but arrest criminal offenders. The procedure as per the service standing orders informs that all arrests be recorded in occurrence book for subsequent arraignment in court of law. Otherwise, the suspects be released from police custody if they fail to meet the procedural threshold. For avoidance of doubt, the National Police Service is not involved in any abduction, and there is no police station in the country that is holding the reported abductees. Whereas Kenya is a democratic country that guarantees freedom of expression. Freedom not only comes with certain limitations, but should at all times be exercised with utmost responsibility. We therefore appeal to the public to refrain from spreading false, fabricated, malicious, distasteful, misinformed, and unverified information aimed at tarnishing the reputation and image of the National Police Service. The matter in question is subject to investigation by independent police oversight authority and any other independent body. We appeal to anybody with the relevant information about any missing person to report to the nearest police station. The National Police Service reiterates its commitment to serve and protect all persons. Douglas Kanja Groje, I am National Police Service Inspector General, National. But many people are asking whether a special unit in the security forces is behind it. It is unclear whether this is an operation being carried out secretly or if it's part of larger strategy. This lack of clarity makes the situation even more worrying. Is the government turning a blind eye to these abductions, Or is it involved in some way?
Of police officers that are not under the command of the Inspector General of Police that are carrying out these abductions and killings. There is a building in Nairobi, the 21st floor, in the city center, where this unit is operating from, led by a certain Mr. Abel. Abel is a cousin to a very senior government official in this administration. And if this unit is not dismantled, we'll be giving the name of the building and the full names of that officer and his cousin in this administration. I also demand the resignation of the Inspector General of Police, the Director of Criminal Investigations, and the Director General of the National Intelligence Service. They have clearly failed Kenyans. President William RUTO must take full responsibility and immediately address these egregious violations. To remain silent or inactive is to suggest that these actions are being carried out with his knowledge and consent.
The situation even more concerning because RUTO had promised during his campaign that there would be no abductions under his leadership. But now, with the reports of these incidents still happening, people are questioning whether this is just another broken promise. Many critics are calling him a liar because his actions don't match what he promised before he became president. These ongoing abductions are making it harder for people to believe that RUTO's government truly cares about human rights or the rule of law.
Mambo ya watu kuwekwa kwa jeneza na mambo ya misuse of computers and cyber crimes. Yangu itakuwa ni kuchallenge DCI. Kama iko watu wamefanya makosa ya misuse of computers and cyber crime, arrest them and make it public that you have arrested people and take them before courts of law so that it becomes a deterrent to those who are misusing computers, artificial intelligence, not only to insult and to do very uncouth things, very uncivilized things. Na niwaulize pia vijana wetu, tukue na heshima. Hata kama huniheshimu mimi kama kiongozi, heshimu familia, heshimu watu na jamii ambazo hao viongozi wanatoka kwake. Leo tunaweza sema humpendi Speaker Wetangula, lakini kumbuka ako na mzazi na ni mtoto wa mzazi. Ako na watoto, ni baba ya watoto. And the same respect we expect as Kenyans. Let us extend the same level of respect to each other, to our leaders, both in the political arena, in church, because I've seen the same insults being leveled against even our church leaders. But to DCI, you must make use of the laws that we created and we enacted in Parliament back in 2018, specifically the Computer Misuse and Cyber Crimes Act of 2018.
Raila Odinga has also played a role in trying to address this issue. He says that he convinced the RUTO to take action to stop the abductions, showing that even the opposition feels the need to step in to protect people.
The issue of abductions of innocent people, this is a primitive thing. And it is something that is very strange. You cannot live in a country where people disappear or people are abducted for no other reason and kept incommunicado for a long time. That shows that there's no government. Many parents have been crying. Our child was abducted the other day and by some people who were uniformed, and you've never seen this child up to now. So I want to urge the government to ensure that this matter ends completely this year. We want a safe and secure country. Gone were those days when they used to arrest you and take you to Nyayo House. But this time you're being taken to Nyayo House, which is a government institution. These days you're being taken to unknown places. We don't know, we don't want this kind of primitive things to happen in our country. It's primitive and it's unacceptable completely. Nimemwambia rafiki yangu huyu Ruto, ile mambo ya vijana kushika hovyo hovyo na kupigwa pingo na kuweka mahali na kuteswa ikome kabisa.
Ruto has also mentioned that former President Uhuru Kenyatta is now working with him to bring peace and stability to the government. This partnership could be a positive step towards solving the problem, as it shows willingness to work together to fix the situation.
Mimi na baba na sasa Uhuru Kenyatta ameungana pamoja na sisi. Munakubali tuendelee ama tusiendelee?
However, the main question is whether Ruto will actually follow through on his promises. Many people are skeptical because he has made promises in the past that were never kept. This makes it hard for public to trust that his current words will lead to real change. People are wondering if this is just another case of political promises that sound good but won't be fulfilled.
Barabara, mimi nilisimama hapa nikawaambia hiyo barabara contractor tulikuwa na yeye alikuwa mzembe.
Promise after promise. President William Ruto is back with promises on.
In the coming months, we will have to watch what the government actually does, not just what they say. Will they stop the abductions, or will they be another broken promise? Only time will tell, and many are waiting to see what happens next. This is Stephen, GC News.
Na yale yamesemekana mambo ya abduction tutakomesha. Ndio vijana wa Kenya waweze kuishi kwa amani na vile vile wawe na nidhamu na wawe wangwana, tuweze kujenga Kenya tukiwa pamoja.